Kyle.
Ryan.
Nice to see you.
As always. Good to be back.
And a Toyota that will not let me forget that any part of it is a Toyota.
Yeah.
We got badges here, 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 under the hood here, and then double TRD badges in the rear. So this is not a TRD Corolla, but it has all the TRD stuff that you can import and put onto it.
Even, actually, all of this stuff is all USDM stuff.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Huh.
Basically tossed the entire TRD parts catalog from the dealer in
Okay.
it. Yep.
All right. Well, we are going to take a ride through the hill and see if, now for people who are watching this, we already filmed the on the road spot, and there was a bit where my Subaru was out pulling this.
I was going up the hill in fourth gear.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was kind of my bad. I early shifted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were pulling also in fourth gear, but I'm like, oh, is my EJ25 out pulling this 2Z, remind me what the designation is.
2ZRFE, 1.8 liter.
So which way
VVTi.
do I want to go if I don't want to be staring into the sun? I gotta go left.
I would say left. Yeah.
We're filming this for those people watching on a different part of the season. This is December in Pennsylvania, so that means that the sun never gets high in the sky. So we're always either looking into it or looking away from it.
Yep.
And it's 1 o'clock, which means we have 2 more hours of usable daylight.
The good part is there's no salt on the road. It all
There is
washed
no,
away.
yeah. We had like a dusting of snow a few days ago, and they did salt the roads, but it's all gone now. This has an axle back exhaust on it, so you do hear the rumble, but it isn't annoying. And we'll find out what this is on the highway during the last stretch of it.
Yeah, it's just vocal enough to be fun.
Tell me about the suspension that you put on this.
The suspension is full TRD lowering springs. They lower the front of the car about 1 inch, lower the rear about 1.25 inches to just basically get rid of the rake that this car had, and it also increased the spring rates slightly. And also the struts are completely rebuilt with all new KYB hardware. That's the strut, top hat, all the spring insulators or isolators, whatever the correct term of phrase is there. It's also got a rear TRD sway bar. It's a torsion beam in the back. And it's got a front TRD strut bar.
Man, new rubber on everything, and when I say rubber, I don't mean tires, I mean all suspension bushings. We were talking about shifting bushings either. That makes a world of a difference, making a car feel new again.
Oh yeah, this car, unbelievable. The way that how it feels, it was totally different. Like there was no more body roll. Basically, all the body roll was eliminated, and now you have the quote-unquote useful body roll. You know, like when you're on the I know you went to the track recently.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if anybody had ever used the other term of phrase called like rolling and setting. But this car
Monica Harrison didn't use that term, but she did use it. It gets to the limit, and then it just stays there.
Correct. And that's kind of what this car does. I mean, I'm no.
Speaking of limit, here's the hill.
Oh yeah, this
that tests it.
Yeah.
We are in 3rd gear. Foot is buried.
Yeah.
So we definitely need second.
Yeah, you need second. This engine makes all of its torque up high, and it falls off pretty much around 4,800 RPMs.
Okay, we're at 4,000 now. It pulls to 5. Still pulling, still fine. 6. We have 500 RPM left. I'm looking at the road and the tack at the same time. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It is a larger car for this type of, that's a terrible bit of patch there, and it didn't bump, it didn't crash through those. That's fine. Of course, now when we get up here, yeah, okay. Below 4,000 RPM, it's just a Corolla.
Correct.
You have to wait for about 5,000 for this to sing. Bit of a shame. It could use that 6th gear, could use those extra ratios just to make use of the about 1,800 RPM sweet spot that exists above 4,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's okay.
But the 3rd gear on flat land, this thing is super fun. Super fun. But to also take a tangent off of your 6th gear comment. 100% correct, because this is more of a close geared ratio transmission, more or less. Because the 11th gen Corolla actually got the 6-speed.
Ooh.
Yep. And it has, you know, the little pull collar. That's why this big giant piece of aluminum is on the shift knob. They basically reused all the parts. And I guess they kind of had the forward thinking that, oh yeah, you know, we're going to use this stock in the next gen.
Yeah.
So let's just have this kind of filler piece.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, and again, you know, the tires, they're the OEM equipment. All season or no season tires, but you know, the car doesn't really have enough power to really do too much with the grip that it's got.
Okay.
I mean, this is an upgraded size from the original. The originals were 16s. I think they were like 195s or something like that, maybe. But these are two 15s.
Oh yeah.
So they're a little wider.
What year? These are not. The wheels on this car are not from this year. Right?
No, they're from a 2016 special edition Corolla. That's again the 11th gen, and this is a 10th gen. I just thought they looked nice. I honestly picked them up just for a purely functional standpoint, because every wheel that I had on this, every OEM wheel that came with the car was bent.
Oh, picking my nose on camera. Oh, wiping it on my leg on camera. Brakes are good.
Yeah,
brakes are good, even for drums in the back's good.
Yep. Yeah, that's another thing. The XRS of this gen that they only made in 09 and 2010, they actually upgraded the rear with discs along with the 2.4 liter. So that was nice when I had that car. That was a pretty cool little feature. But yeah, the front's got Centric Premium rotors, and it has Brembo pads. Just like, OE equipment replacements. But, good quality stuff.
I know it's a heavier car, and I know I keep comparing this engine to the 2ZZ.
Yes.
And just in that second gear, I'm like, still below 5. It's like I'm watching it go. It's like it's not exactly revving like the old Lotus engine. Although this engine, right, was also in a.
It was used in the 2012 Elise S, but it had a Magnuson supercharger strapped to where this intake manifold is, and I was doing some forum rummaging. And allegedly you can get that Magnuson kit they used in the Lotus, but Magnuson USA will not sell it to you. You have to actually contact a Lotus dealer in the UK, and you could piece the kit together if you have like $7,000 laying around. That's
dumb. I mean, I have money. Do you hate money? I want to give you money.
I know, it's so weird. I think it's like the R900 or the 900R blower, whatever they call it, or root styled supercharger.
As a nice call back to the original MR2. Or MR2
even the
supercharged.
Even the Previa. Well, they shared that motor, right?
Did they?
Yeah.
Was the Previa run off of a 4AGE?
I think it was, and I think it.
Oh, people in the comments are now. We're either right. We're either saints for knowing it, or devils for getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Freaking Previa.
Previa's pretty neat, though.
I'm going. I know I can get in front of this guy.
Send it. Oh, there,
traction control light came on.
I did get this to
I know. I don't have a mechanical throttle. It's electronic. It's just doing its thing.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Let's go to the hospital. Tell you what, this shifts a lot better than it doesn't have as much clunky Toyota clack shifting.
No, it doesn't. And you want to know what cleared up like 80% of that? That shift knob.
Oh, really? It's just weighted?
Yeah, it's just weighted.
Oh, so they're doing the same thing that Prime does with they put the weighted shift knobs on all the MR2s, and like this solves a lot.
Yep, and I even did it when I had all my Subarus. I did the same thing. This weighted shift knob did great, and I actually had a Raysang, shout out to Raysang, PA company.
Oh yeah, Raysang.
Yeah, yep, I had a couple of their shift knobs, and I loved them. I had them on my STI, I had it on my WRX, I really liked it. Good quality product.
Did you have it in addition to like a short shifter?
The OEM short shifter, which did nothing.
Really?
Yeah, it did literally nothing.
I saw some ads for the or some people doing videos of putting the Cobb short shifter in Foresters, because for people watching, my shifter and my Subaru is showing its age. It's all floppy McFlopperson.
Yeah, but that's just from that that little U-joint, that little shifter bushing U-joint thingy majiggy. But yeah, I mean, the Cobb is nice, but I was always so wary of the ones that are adjustable, the short shifters that are adjustable.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I've had, you know, when I used to work at the other shop, we used to have people, they would like actually come loose on them over time. And they, disassemble it. Not that it's a completely ridiculous process, it's just more annoying than anything.
I gotcha.
Yeah, but you know, it's a rare occurrence, but when it happens, it's like, you know. Hey, look at that.
Look at what?
That Dodge.
Oh!
That's pretty sweet. You don't see those too often. Oh, it's a Ford. I'm sorry. They had a Dodge, one of those similar that looked like that was a wheelie truck. Oh, is that a Colt?
Look at that!
No way!
I'm giving this guy, well, if I give him a thumbs up.
That's
Wait,
awesome.
I know that guy. Girl. I saw that thing at Moyer's Car Care.
That's
come in on a flatbed.
Awesome.
Hey, Nush, if you're watching, what's up with that?
Dude, I haven't seen one of those Colts in ages. Didn't they have a hot one of those?
I don't know.
That had like an
man.
Omni motor or something?
I don't
like
know.
an Omni GLH engine, or I don't know.
All right, we're on flat land. I can use third.
Yeah, you can use third here. Like, you can feel the little bit of torque that it has.
Yeah. It's got torque in the same way my Honda Fit had torque.
Correct.
I mean, but, okay, this is a 1.8 liter. It will sing up top. It does everything pretty smooth. I think you can get away with, you don't really need full throttle. There has to be like some mapping thing that you can do. Because it feels like when all right, there's half throttle and it's moving pretty good. But when you know, it's no different.
Yeah,
half and
that.
full throttle. I think the electronic throttle body is just, or the electric throttle body is just given the same amount of fueling.
Correct.
Between half and full. Maybe it's doing it different. I'm just telling you what my butt dyno hears.
Yeah,
or feels.
I would say you're pretty spot on with that.
Okay.
With that, 100%. And you know, I mean, this was the age of where, you know, all of the emissions were coming into play, and that's the whole reason why the you know, the beloved 2ZZ went away, because I think it had too many.
Really?
Yeah, well, it revved too high, and you know, I think the common issue and problem at that point was it was releasing too much NOx. You know, your exhaust gas temps were you know, so high, and that's what creates NOx. You know, again, correct me, anybody in the comments, obviously correct me if I'm wrong here, but yeah, I think that was the biggest thing, and that's the biggest thing that makes high revving engines go away.
Sucks.
Yes, it does. But again,
Oh, I just thought, nope, it saved itself.
just about. But that's where the dual VVTi comes in too, because that's that helps with emissions.
It's not Toyota Raggedy up there. What is that beeping noise?
The alarm on the Ultra Gauge telling you that you're revving it too high.
Really?
It's just got a little safety on it for me, like if I forget to shift. It'll yell at me too, like when I'm going over like 90 on the highway, like sometimes that'll happen. I'm just lackadaisically cruising.
Well, I can feel it. I mean, it's smooth.
Yeah,
This is an economy car. Granted, it's a mid trim, but
Yep.
yeah, an economy car, because we just got done with some real heaps. Though for people who are watching this, a few weeks ago we did a Reliant K-Wagon that at 70, that's it. There is nothing more than that on the highway, and that was an economy car. And now we have an economy car like here that will just do 90 on the highway and just like, no, whatever.
Yeah, this'll do 90 and not even blink an eye. It's hilarious, and it's great.
Thank you, Kyle.
Brian, anytime. Anytime. Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Here's your key.
Thank you. There we go.